Morning, guys. So thanks to everyone who's joining in today. So this is the last one, just for the moment. So I hope you've enjoyed the last few weeks and got something out of it. I've really enjoyed the last few weeks. So thanks to everyone who sent in the suggestions of what to illustrate this week. I just picked the two at random. But I've made a note of all the other suggestions for when I do another set of lives. So this week I'm doing the panda and the elephant. I think I'll start with the elephant first. And I'm just going to switch over the view now and get started. So again, let me know where everyone's saying hello from. And yeah, hope you enjoy today. Just 1 second. Hi to Emily and Rainey. Great. Hi to Chloe Bell and Step Aside and Bobby and Lily. Ready to go? Can't wait to see your pictures. Right. Now, hope everyone can see that okay. So yeah, if you get your pencils ready. Hi to Emily and Abby and Claire. And Cueva and Melanie in Kilkenny, and hi to Alva and Mayo. Super. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to start with the elephant. Oh, hi to May, and hi to Ava and Clarissa in Kildare. Super. And Holly and Lauren in guitar again. And Stella and Cyril in Dublin. Super. And Keen in Churchtown. So I'm going to get started now with the elephant, if everyone's set. So, if you can see, I'm going to give an idea where the elephant's going to be standing. I'm going to start with a circle for the elephant's head. So I'm going to start lightly until I get the shape I'm happy with. I'm not going to define the lines yet because I have the trunk to add in and the ears and everything, so when I have all those parts in, then I can start defining. So hi to Hannah and Matthew and Rory. Hi to Veronica and Sonia. And Harry, Rory and Joshy. Super. So I have the circle first, and then I'm going to do another circle here, a smaller circle, and it's going to overlap, so don't worry about the messy lines over the overlapping initially, because once I figure out. So I have two circles, one slightly bigger and one smaller. Hi to Cueva and Sinead in Waterford, and hi to Zoe. So if you have those two circles done, I'm going to move on to the legs of the elephant. So it's like the way I draw the legs for the giraffe or the unicorn. So it's two diagonal lines out and then join with a curve. And join up here. And do the exact same one the opposite way around. Here. Sorry. And then I'm going to start defining the line of this part of the body. So I'll bring it around here, but only from where this circle is ending. Hi to Sarah and Sean. Now, I'm going to bring another diagonal line out, a little bit out here. I'm going to bring it from the back here, keeping these two lines parallel. Bring it down. Not all the way as far because it's the back leg. And just join it a little bit higher. And do the same down here. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is just lightly put in kind of a curved line up here, and then one a little bit further down. Now these two lines are not staying parallel like these two lines, let's say. They're getting narrower as the trunk's getting narrower. I'll join them here to give everyone a chance to get up to this step. So join them here. And then I can start defining the trunk when I'm happy. Let's do a little line in here as well. From here, then I'm going to do the ears. So I'll do them lightly again like I did the other parts until I'm happy with the shape. So I'm going to give this element quite big ears. So they're not really circle, they're more oval shapes. So do it lightly till I'm happy. You try to get them similar. It's hard to get the two ears exactly the same, but I'm going to actually do that a little bit darker so people can see. So it's a big oval here. Don't worry about the overlap here because I'm going to define it after. Do the same over here. Then when I'm happy with that, I'm going to start defining the lines of the face. So I'm going to do the circle I have drawn earlier. I'm going to come a bit lower than where the oval meets. I'm going to bring it right across here. To here. And I'm going to leave this bit of the circle, but then I'm going to come in a bit further from where this oval meets here. So I'm not defining the whole circle for the head, but I'm using that circle as a guide. Okay. And then I'm going to come up here and define the ears. So I'll come a little bit up for where that line that I defined for the head. I'll bring it all the way around. And from here, come down a little bit on this line. I'll bring it all the way around. Okay, and I'm going to do the exact same on the other side. Hi to Connor and Mary, and hi to Evie in Westport. So join it around. So you can clean up these messy lines if you want, but I find when you paint it and go through the next steps, you don't even really notice them. So now I have the outline done. I'm just going to put in 2 eyes for his face, 2 ovals. You can just see one of them a little bit because its trunk is in the way. Okay, so I'm going to define the line a little bit where he's standing as well. For his front legs, I'm going to do a tiny bit of a line out here to where his back legs stand as well. Great, so we're actually ready to paint or colour, whatever paint or colours you have. But I'm using the watercolour paints like I usually use. So initially I'm going to mix up a light grey. So I'm going to use some white and black paint and mix up a light grey for this elephant. So you actually need, I'm using very little black paint with the white. So I want a really nice that one. Oh, hi to Zoe in Cork and hi to Olivia in Dublin. So yeah, again, I'd love if people sent in their pictures again because I really love seeing them. So I have my grey paint now and I'm going to start painting. Hi to Cara and hi to Farah in Dubai. So now I have the grey done. So hi to Neela and Mead and Kayla and Claire and Kathy and Laura in Dublin. So the next thing I'm going to move on to is I'm going to put a bit of, I'm going to get some of my black paint, water it up, and I'm going to start shading. So there's actually not much colour with the elephant, so I'm going to start shading down here. So bring it along that line you've made and then bring it out the front. And then you can do a little bit back here. So I'm going to make like a darker grey for the bits that aren't of the elephant that aren't getting high to leave in Dublin. And I'm going to, where the sun is not hitting the elephant. So I'll imagine the sun is coming down here and I'm going to get a darker grey and the opposite sides of each part of the elephant. I'm going to colour. So bring that around the circle of his body, side of his legs, his face. And if it's a curved, a curved part of the animal or the illustration, try to bring it round in a curve rather than having straight lines with the shading. So I kind of bring it to this side and also kind of under the lower side of the ear. Move it on this side and do it under his trunk. And do a little bit more here. So I'm actually going to make my grey paint a little bit darker again, just to go along the outline. Of where I've already put a shadow. Just defines it a little bit more, especially because the elephant's grey. Hi to Ronan. I just see someone there is asking, is it going on YouTube? Yeah, it will be going on YouTube, and then it'll be on my Instagram page as well. So I'm just going, wherever I did the shadow before, I'm just literally going on the edge with a darker paint. Now, I'm actually going to put a little bit of a few spikes of grass on the elephant picture because I just thought, because it's quite grey, it's nice to give the picture a bit of colour. So I'll do with the paintbrush, do little blades of grass around here. Do a few more. So now I'm going to mix up some, for the cheeks, I'm just going to mix up some peachy paint. I definitely will be back soon to do some more. I'm really glad you've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed the last 2 weeks. So I'll definitely do a few more sessions soon. So keep an eye on the page. So I'm just mixing, I'm using some yellow and red and white to make my peachy paint. And I'm going to do, I hope this doesn't, I hope some of this paint is dried, so let me do a proper cheek. I think I have this. So I'll do a round cheek here. And because the trunk's in the way, but I think you'd be able to see a little bit of the cheek. So I have to be a little bit more careful with this cheek than I usually do. And bring it up just as far as the trunk and then make a circle around the other edge. Hi to Clara, Evan and Alana in Goatstown. And hi to Claire. So now I'm going to get some, you're actually done with the elephant now. I'm just going to get some really dark black paint, put in the eyes. And that's him done. So, just an oval eye. And then you can only see a little bit of his eye here. So just not to go over the trunk. So that's him done. So I'm going to let that one dry. And so if you get your pencils again, I think we'll move on to the panda. So let me just get the page, make sure everyone can see here. Perfect. Yeah, so if you have your pencils ready, I'm going to start the panda. So just gonna give a line, try and make it as straight as I can where the panda will be sitting. I'm gonna come up a little bit, probably about this distance. And first of all, I'm gonna do like a large oval shape. Not a full circle, so it's kind of an oval shape going this way. But I'm actually going to change this shape slightly. So I have the oval as a guide, but then I'm actually going to straighten this line up here and curve it and bring it down here. So I'll just let people do that step first. So I've done the oval, but I'm actually halfway up. I'm kind of doing just to give a different shape to the panda bear's head. And then I can curve around. I'll use the oval that I've just used. There. I'll define these lines more. First of all, I just want to give the idea of the head. And then where these diagonal-ish lines are. Hi to Emma and Marianne. And hi to Lauren. Where these diagonal lines are, I'm going to do 2 ear shapes. I'm going to try and do the same over here. Just make them as similar as you can. It's hard to get things exactly the same. So now I have this shape for the head and the ears. I'm going to move on to the body. So I'm going to bring, it's a diagonal line that's going out, but it's curved. I'll bring that out here. And do exactly the same from here. Okay, so you've 2 lines here. I didn't fully join it to the chin, just if you noticed. So it's slightly down, but if you have, it doesn't matter because we're going to define the lines anyway. They're just slightly down. And then I'm going to do 2 circles. So this line should go halfway through the circle. I'll do it lightly and messy first till I get the idea of the circle I want. And do the same here. Okay, so just there to make sure people are catching up the steps. I have 2 lines coming out here. And then I'm doing 2 circles where either half of the circle should be either side of these lines, just to give you a guide. The next thing I'm going to do is bring a line from here, the bottom of his face, a little bit out from this line, bring it down, curve it in for the panda's arm. Okay. Now I'm going to do so I think the panda's holding some bamboo. So that's why I haven't defined really much of the lines yet, because especially if what you're drawing is holding something or there's an object, you want to define them after you've put those in. So I'm going to bring it from here, a line out here, and then as if he's holding two pieces, one out here, two curved lines. Hi to Mirren and Isabel and Max. And then I'm going to put the leaves here, so one at the very top of each one. And then I'll have one going out this way. And I'll come down a step and one going out this way, so that they're not directly joining. And then I'll do one and then do one here. But I only need to do a little bit. I have to go behind that line. Hi Emma, I'm glad you're enjoying. Now, so I have to bring the panda's hand around that he's holding, so I'm going to go from here, and it's like that, it was like the square we drew last week, it's like a 6 shape. So you're going to bring a curve around here, and curve around, but you're not joining. Okay, so I think we're almost ready to start defining the lines now, because we know where everything is. Okay, so I'm going to do the hand first. And then for these lines that I've done with the bamboo, I'm going to go either side of those lines to show the full. I can really define the leaves then. And then I'll do the other line. It's going to go either side of that line I initially drew. Now they're quite thin. And then bring the leaf out from here, and then one from here. You can't see. Okay, so I'm going to define this line of the body now, right as far as the foot. So these two lines, because I can't see the rest here. And I'll define his hand here. Hi to Aoife and Paul. Now I'm going to define these circles here. Because the panda's sitting down, we can just see the bottoms of the panda's paws. So I'm also going to do a circle shape inside here, but I'm actually not going to do it right in the middle. I'm going to bring it down a little bit, so there should be more space from the top of the circle from here than here. So it's like a circle that's sitting a little bit down. Just slightly. So it's not right in the middle. And I'm going to bring a line across here because that's the areas I'm going to paint a different colour. So now I can define properly the outside of the panda's face now, so that diagonal line, bring it round as far as any lines that would be obstructing it, bring it on top here, bring it slightly in from the ear, slightly in from here, then here. Now, so I'm also going to do a smaller version of the ear inside the ear. Hi to Sophie. Used to teach Sophie. She was great. Hi to Faye, and I'm glad your favourite animal is the panda. Now, so I'm going to do a nose right in the middle. I'm going to do a triangle. And then I'm going to do the area around the panda's eye, which will be black fur. So I'm going to go use this as a guide, this diagonal line a bit. And I'm going to come down a bit, do one here, and then I'm going to bring it around using the nose a little bit as a guide as well, because that's the area, it's like a curved triangle I'm going to bring it down to. So I don't know what exactly shape you call it. And I'm going to do the same here, so using this area here, a little bit down. It's like a triangle if you're curving all the edges. A triangle that would be pointing into the nose. So I usually just do my lines messy and light until I'm happy. Actually, I'm going to move my nose in a little bit because I didn't have it very centered. So I think that's a little bit more centered. And then I'm going to do 2 oval eyes inside. Hi to Chevelle and Maeve. Oh, no, that's nice to hear, Sophie. You and Eloise did gorgeous pictures when you were in my class. So I'm going to get some black paint. Hold on once. Where have I put my black paint? So I'm going to get black paint and colour in the parts of the panda that's going to be black. So I'm just mixing some, because I'm using the watercolour I was saying earlier, so I'm just going to get some water and mix. Now I'm actually, because the panda is black and white, I'm doing the steps a little bit differently this time. I'm starting with the shading for part of it. So I'm going to do the line, the shadow for that the panda would be making here, coming this way. But I'm doing the shading first, just with the watercolor paint, so it doesn't leak into each other. So again, the sun coming this way, I'm going to do the shadows. The opposite side and going down below. So like I was saying, if it's more of a curved area of the illustration, bring it round as a curve rather than straight lines. And I'll just do the shading around this side and under his arm and around the circle here, the 2 circles. Now I'm not going to shade the bamboo yet. The only reason I'm shading this first is just because I'm using black paint again. Just make it a little bit darker to find the lines, to find those shadows, I think. Set the ears around the face. Now I'm going to let that dry in a little bit. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I'm going to get some green paint. So if you're using colouring pencils or crayons, you don't have to worry about letting your paint dry. Just for this one, let it dry. I'm going to use the green. And let's go colour in each leaf. Oh, and just to let people know, yeah, it will be saved on my page, and I'll upload it to YouTube as well. So I know some people might have missed the start, so you'll be able to catch up after. That's no problem at all. Hi to Emily and Abby. Now, so I have the green paint done, and hopefully things should be a little bit drier on the Panda now. The watercolour paint doesn't take too long to dry usually if you don't use too much water. So now I'm going to get a really black paint, and I'm going to paint in the parts of the Panda that would be black. So on this Panda, I'm going to paint in his ears, just not the whole ear. I'm going to remember that area we drew in earlier. I'm going to leave that. So I'll paint around here. Okay. And I'm going to paint in these areas, these shapes that I've drawn. And then the other ear. Paint his arm. And this area up here beneath the Panda's head, and that curved line. And then I'm going to paint this other arm holding the bamboo. Now I'm going to go for these circles around here at the Panda's paws. I'm just going to do the outside circle. Same on this side. And then do his nose as well. Now I'm going to get that colour again that I used for shading. And I'm going to do the bamboo because I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to do the bottom part of each stem. And I'm going to come around below here. Now I'm going to get the peachy paint that I mixed up for when I was doing the cheeks of the giraffe. So I used some yellow, red and white. Actually need a little bit more, so I'm just going to mix that up now. And I'm going to do two big cheeks. So do one over here. Now you have to be a little bit careful because some of the Panda's cheek might be blocked by the bamboo. So you can do, and imagine if it's blocking it, you're going to do the other bit here to fulfill the circle. And then I'll do the other one here. Might try and make them the same size, but they're not going to be exactly the same. Which is here. And then I'm going to get some really dark black paint just for his eyes. And that's the last step. Super. So, I know these bits are painted black, but if you get some really black paint, you actually can still, with the watercolors, you can still see it. Use very little water. Yes, that's the panda. So that's the panda and the elephant. So I'm going to switch over now. I think the connection went there for a second. Hi. So so that's it for today, and hope you enjoyed today's one. And as I was saying, I really enjoyed the last few weeks, and I hope you have too, and I hope you've got something out of it. So I'll put it up on YouTube later, and it will still be it'll be on IGTV. I think that's the way Instagram does it now. And keep an eye out on my page, because I am going to do another set of illustration classes. Yeah, so that's it. Have a lovely weekend, and thanks so much to everyone again, and hope you enjoyed it.